Hey everybody, Darren here from the Single Dad Zone. So it's been a while since I did a blog post and a live video, so I'm excited to be back here, getting back to what I enjoy doing, and that's helping single dads and single moms with mindset, with fitness, with the issues that we all seem to have in common. And what I really want to talk about now is it's 2018. I can't believe. I remember when I was looking forward to 1999 and I was going to party like it's 1999. But now we're at 2018. And 2017 I faltered a little bit. I didn't hit some of the goals that I had set for myself. I kind of let my blog falter as well a little bit. I think I got overwhelmed. I was trying to do 3 or 4 blog posts and lives a week, and I was just, between my job and everything else, that was just way too much. So I'm cutting back, but not a lot, and that's going to be one of my goals that I'm going to talk about with you today. So I'm back to the drawing board, and what I want to talk about is, I hear all these people making New Year's resolutions. So a resolution to me, it's just a dream. It's hey, you know what, I would like to accomplish something over the course of the year. Maybe I'm going to lose a little weight, or I'm going to save some money. But it's just a resolution. So I don't think resolutions are effective at all. If you want to accomplish things, you need goals, and they must be concrete goals. And there's a term called a SMART goal, and that's what I really follow, are SMART goals. So a SMART goal, it's an acronym. I love the military stuff. It's an acronym. So the S is it needs to be specific. The M is it needs to be measurable. The A is it has to be attainable. The R means it needs to be realistic. And the T is you have to tie it to some kind of a timeline. You can't just say at some point in time I'm going to lose some weight. It's got to be time bound. So when I'm creating my SMART goals, this is my tips on how I think you can align the things you want to accomplish with, instead of a resolution, a goal. And this is the way that I do it. So I create categories. So I create all of these different categories that I'm going to put my goals under. And it helps me when I reach the point where I'm brainstorming. So I have personal goals, I have knowledge-based goals, I have goals for my house, my household, nutrition-based goals, career goals, financial goals, and travel, because I like to travel, so I set them as goals. So I take these categories and I put them on a piece of paper, and then I brainstorm. I just come up. This is just me laying out dreams. These are my resolutions, my brainstorm. So I just start writing down things under each one of these categories. And some of them may become a goal, or some of them I may just cross out. I just try to come up with the biggest list possible, and then I boil it down to the things that I really do want to accomplish as a goal. So I'll give you an example. Let's say I want to put $100,000 into my savings account. Just slush fund kind of money. So I start thinking, is that a SMART goal? And it's definitely specific. I want $100,000 in my account. And I'm ignoring the magic of compound interest. I've done some videos and some blog posts on finances. Compound interest is incredible. It's the greatest force on the face of the planet when you're trying to build up your finances. But we're just looking at principle. We just say we want to dump 100,000 of our personal dollars into this savings account. So it's definitely specific. It's definitely measurable, because money's going in. You can measure it. You can keep metrics. You can figure out however you want to track. It is definitely measurable. Is it attainable? Now that's the big question here. $100,000 is a lot of money. So what I do when I reach this point is I reverse engineer it. I say, how can I make this possible? Well, obviously $100,000 is not going to be able to save in a week, a month, a year. It's going to take some time. So if you break it down to 20 years, which, if you're just putting money aside and not touching it, 20 years, that's not an unreasonable goal. So $5,000 a year for 20 years is $100,000. Now, when you break it down further, that's $417 a month. I think most people, $417 is a lot of money, but it's not so much money that it's not attainable. Most people can probably set aside $417 a month. So if you consistently put aside $417 a month over the course of 20 years, you're going to have $100,000. And of course, you're going to have compound interest working in your favor. So your $100,000 is going to be much, much more than that, depending on where you're putting that money. So is the goal realistic? I think $417 a month is fairly realistic. And then, is it time bound? Yes, we're putting aside $417 a month, $5,000 a year. For 20 years, it's $100,000. So that's a good goal, and that's something that you can set for yourself. I mean, if $417 a month is too much, cut it in half. $208.50 a month, and you'll have half of that's $2,500, and you'll have $50,000 after 20 years. It's still a nice chunk of change for your retirement, fund when you get a little bit older. And then what I recommend too is to post your goals. I'd love to see them. You can post them below. We can maybe try to brainstorm on some of them. But tell the world. When you set a goal and you tell the world, you're much more likely to stick to it. So, some of my goals, I'll tell you some of my personal goals are I'm going to burn 150,000 calories exercising. I keep track of it with a heart rate monitor. So I have a spreadsheet and I just keep track, and I'm in a little group where we post our daily results. And you're more than welcome if you want to join me. Just shoot me a message or comment below. I can add you to the group, and you could try to burn 100,000 is the goal, but my goal is 150,000. I want to do another Spartan trifecta this year. I'm going to try to work out 300 times this year. Again, that sounds like a really, really hard goal, but if you work out 6 days a week, that's 312 workouts. So you have a little wiggle room there to take off a full weekend. So I'm shooting for 300 workouts this year. I want to volunteer for 8 hours per month, doing something, hopefully helping either wounded warriors or something along those lines. When it comes to knowledge, my goal is to read 20 books this year. That's about, it's less than 2 books a month, which is not that much. Again, it's a very attainable goal. You can shoot for higher, and some people say make your goals so high so if you fall short, you still feel like you've accomplished a lot. I try to make my goals much more realistic, something that I'm fairly certain I can accomplish. I want to attend a seminar, either Tony Robbins, Lewis Howes, or Shaun T, one of their personal life development courses. Nutrition-wise, I need to drink more water, so I'm going to shoot for 100 ounces a day. So far, I've been doing pretty good. And I want to cut down my carbs. I eat way too much carbs, bread, rice. I love all that kind of stuff, but I need to cut down on carbs for better results. And like I mentioned earlier, last year I think I went too crazy trying to do 3-4 blog posts a week with these videos. So my goal is to just do 1 blog post and video a week. And The Slight Edge, awesome book, love it. If you just do a little bit over the course of time, it turns out to be a lot. So if I do 1 post a week, that's going to be 52 blog posts at the end of the year. So that's my goal, 52 blog posts for the year, 1 a week. This is week 1, we're right on track. As far as finances are concerned, my goal is to save $10,000 this year. So I'm actually going for a little bit more than my $5,000. And and that's just savings. Just want to put aside. It's not my retirement. That's not, you know, any kind of IRA, 401k. That's my own savings. So that's my goal. That one's gonna be a little more challenging, but we'll see. I just paid off my student loans, so I'm gonna take the student loan payment and I'm gonna put it into my savings. My money now, not the government's, not the schools, my money. And I want to do 2 major trips this year. And what I've done is I've kind of made a list of a lot of places I want to go. For example, I want to go to Paris, Bora Bora, Vietnam, Seoul, Nuremberg, Normandy, the Alps, Ireland, Rio, Rome, Dubai. So I've got this whole list of places I want to go. And what I'm going to try to do is knock off at least one of those a year, maybe 2. We'll see how this year works out. But I'm going to try to check those bucket list places and get to as many of them as I possibly can. So what are your goals? Comment below. You know, it's 2018. You know, it's a fresh year, new start. The opportunities are limitless. Comment with your goals below. I'd love to hear them. Maybe I'll steal some of them. Maybe you'll steal some of mine. You know, we all work together here. So, you know, keep a lookout. Got 51 more posts to go this year. I'm going to be talking about mindset, finances, you know, managing children, challenges that I've encountered, and ways that I found to get around them. So anyway, please keep an eye out. I'm going to post this video, and I'll add the blog post that goes along with it, so you can see all of my goals and all of this in writing, because some people, you know, learn better through writing than they do through video or audio. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I'm going to see you all throughout 2018.